Happy Valentine's Day and welcome to episode 6 of Haka Show and Tell. It be snowing up here in the Pacific Northwest, so we're gonna have a show and tell that is indoors today. And what am I doing? I will be making a 2-part mold using this little guy's head. And I will be using this Impressive Putty 1-part reusable mold. I just started using this stuff a few months ago. I found it on the old internets. It's non-toxic and environmentally friendly. And basically all you have to do is, you're supposed to put it in a microwave for a few seconds and then it comes out real nice and soft and you just press it onto whatever mold you're using. But since we don't have a microwave, I am using the oven technique, and there's like one video on YouTube as far as how to like cook this stuff in the oven so that you can use it. And so I'm going to show you my technique, and we're going to make this mold, and we're going to have fun doing it, okay?
Choose.
Yeah. Put my mask on so it's interesting at least. So here we have the container. This is, you can buy this in a bunch of different sizes. I got the 1-pound container, and for every ounce of this stuff it comes with a catalyst. So you would peel off, like if you want to use the whole thing, which would be 16 ounces, you would use 32 drops of the catalyst. So 2 drops for every ounce of the Impressive Putty, and it'll come like basically in like a brick this size. And so what I did is I just took a knife and just cut slices off of it, you know, because it's not going to hurt it, and so that it's easier to break down in the oven, you know, it will form easier. And you put it in an oven-safe bag for cooking, and you kind of just tie it up and stick it in there at about 160 to about 190 degrees. You don't want to go over that, otherwise it will start to cook it and it becomes really brittle. So around that range, and just expect to be doing it all day long, because it does take a long time, especially if you want to use the whole 1 pound of the Impressive Putty. And so you just keep checking on it, and it will start to soften up, and once it does, you just get in there with your hands and you just, you know, start mashing it together, and, you know, by the time that's ready to use, it's really nice and kind of doughy, kind of like a silly putty would be. And then you just press it on the mold and put it in the freezer, and that'll kind of, you know, harden it up a little bit so that you can use it. And yeah, and then you just make your mold out of it. So I will throw this stuff in the oven. Alright, so here we have the doll head that I'm going to use to make the 2-part mold with. And as you can see, I made a little flange for it, and I put some marbles and little pieces of resin for the registers. That way, see, when I put the Impressive Putty on one side, you'll create this flange right here. That way, when I put it on the back side, it'll fit into these holes, and it'll just keep the mold nice and tight. That way you don't have this huge like weird seam, even though I'm probably going to get a seam in this, you know, but I'm not really too worried about the overall details of the mold anyway, so this will work. No, I'll show you how it all comes together in the end. Alright, so here we have the bag with the Impressive Putty in it. This is actually my old mold that I just tore into pieces. It's been in here for about a couple hours now, and as you can see, it's starting to get soft. It is also really hot, so you need to be careful when you're doing this. Yeah, you see how it kind of just starts to form together here in the bag. Try my best not to rip the bag while I'm doing this. This is getting really close. kind of the consistency you're looking for, a little bit softer. So I'll throw it in the oven for a little bit longer. This is all 16 ounces of it too. So when I first did it, I used the 32 drops of the catalyst. And now when I redo it, this is, I don't know, maybe the 4th or 5th time I've actually like reused the mold. So I just put a few drops in at a time now, maybe 8 at the most. It tends to want to make a mold again without having to use the catalyst. And here is the kitchen bags that I use. You can find those at any grocery store. So yeah, it's getting there. It's just a slow go. Like I said, it's around 100, even from 160 to I guess 190 degrees. I only say that because I don't know if our oven is at the right temperature. It says, I don't have a thermometer inside, so I usually put it at what I think is about 170 degrees, and yeah, just go from there. Just keep checking it. Just don't overdo it. Alright, here we have it. It's been about 3 hours now, and this is the Impressive Putty. I've smashed it down. It's nice and malleable. And it's just like almost like a bread dough. I'm gonna take. Oh, it's hot too. Careful. You have quite a bit of working time with this stuff, so you don't have to be super quick. I'm just going to try to thin it out here a little bit. Smash this down so it fits on top of the mold even better. And here we have this. Let's see. Looks like I'm going to have to smash it down a little bit more. It's going to be a really thin mold, I guess. Now we'll put this over the top here. You just want to basically press down on it. Press down on where all the crevices and everything are. Select the eyes, and here's the nose. Get the chin coming down. Press it around all my registrations. That way my 2 pieces of the mold go together easier. I don't know if I'm going to have enough for this little part over here. Doesn't seem like it, so that we'll just have to make do. Same thing with this side. But at least I got the top pieces here kind of working in my favor. So smash down on it a little bit more. I mean, I'm definitely not looking for perfection here, so I'll just do the best I can here. Alright, so there's that. I still got this piece right here, which I'm going to throw back into the oven while I throw this into the freezer so that it can set up. Alright, here we have the mold. I just took it out of the freezer. It was in there for about 10 minutes, so it's hard now. It's ready to go. So now I just gotta peel off this flange. I got a couple registrations, but there's one half of the 2-part mold. I'm just hoping that I have enough of this Impressive Putty to cover the back. I probably could have used another pound of this stuff just to make it, but anyways, I'll go get the rest of the putty out of the oven and we'll see if I can make this work or not. Here we go. Here's the second piece just right out of the oven, so I'm just gonna keep smashing this down here. And it's like dough. I might have to make this thinner than I would like to, but oh well. It should serve its purpose. Maybe a little bit more. Let's see if I can get it thinner. Because you know why?
Let's make some nice little clouds that just float around and have fun all day.
Let's float around and have fun all day like a little cloud.
Let's get crazy with that. I'll take a 2-inch brush. This is your bravery test.
Alright. So it looks like that might actually work. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to smash this down. Smash this all down. Try to align it up as best I can. Fill in any gaps. I can feel the little registration right there. There's another little one, so, and here's the actual third one's over here. So yeah, just press that in here best I can, especially around this crease. Move some of this over a little bit, make it a little bit easier. Take this pencil eraser here, since it's a lot softer than my nails. So any little holes or anything you make, you can just kind of move the putty on over and fill it in. Alright, so it's kind of coming together better than I thought it would. This is my first time using this stuff for a two-part mold. Before, I've just tried making a one-piece mold for the whole thing and then cutting a line in order to like try to open this up and pull it all out as one piece, you know, but this stuff doesn't have much give to it, so I would do that, and then when I tried to take the mold out, it would rip the actual mold. So I thought, well, let's try to make a two-piece mold here, see what happens. So now I'm going to throw this back into the freezer and let this side set, and we'll go from there. Thanks for that, Bob Ross. And here we have the two-part mold. I just took it out of the freezer. So let's see if we can get this bad boy apart and see what it looks like. So I just want to separate the pieces here without ripping any of the mold. And here we have it. It is coming apart quite nice. And there we have the back of his head. And now let's see if we can get the front piece off. Just be real gentle with it, and there we go. There is the front and the back, and we just line up these registrations, and boom. I mean, I can put a rubber band around it, you know, just to seal it up a little bit more. Got a hole so I can put my resin in there or whatever I feel like making the mold out of. And now I can take it apart. And so the only thing about this mold is it's not going to line up perfectly. I mean, there's obviously going to be a line going down its head that I'll have to clean up a little bit, but you know, I'm not really looking for perfection here, not with this. So there we go. Alright, so there we have it. We made a two-part mold using Impressive Putty. I hope if this is your first time using Impressive Putty, this video helps. Leave any comments or questions that you have down in the comment section, and I will also leave a link to where you can buy the Impressive Putty, a link to their website. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you're new here, subscribe. Please like and comment away. We'll definitely get back to you. And thanks again for watching. And until next time, keep it creepy. See ya.